Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing good.
It's Rutherford Avenue.
Yes.
Headed anywhere fun this morning?
Taking a class at UT Dallas, so just headed over there.
What you going to school for?
So actually, I graduated undergrad in 2019. We're just taking a couple more undergrad classes just because I have the time and try to learn something. So I studied physics and philosophy when I was in school originally, and now I'm taking a bio class. I quit my desk job from right out of college to be a circus artist, and my dad's,
circus artist?
Yeah, my dad's really unhappy about that, so this is our compromise.
How old are you?
I'm 25. How about you? What are you up to?
This is it. I make YouTube conspiracy videos.
Okay.
Thinking about starting an LLC so I can make my own chauffeur business. Chauffeur
neat.
company.
That's fun. What's your latest conspiracy?
I don't really have any late ones. I guess like once you just accept the government's permanently lying to you, then I don't even listen to them anymore.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess you had the pandemic, right?
Uh-huh.
That's a pretty big conspiracy, I would think.
Uh-huh. So it's like COVID's not real kind of thing?
I wouldn't go that far. I have my own ideas on everything, but I think it was the common cold, the flu, renamed.
Overblown, sure.
Yeah, just overblown. You know. Just I think it was a social conditioning experiment.
Yeah.
That's what I think it was.
Yeah.
From my experience, I find that to be true. So it was a social experiment. 9/11, things like that.
Yeah.
Pretty common ones.
Okay. So do you have like an alternate take on them, or it's just like presenting them, or what's
what I mainly talk about on my YouTube channel is a theory that I have of my own, where I talk about geocentrism versus heliocentrism.
Okay.
And I talk about how we see the sun and the moon as local projections. Like personal holograms almost.
Like they're not actually there.
Right. So like I have a video of the sun going down through the clouds, right?
Okay.
From the Bethany on Highway 75 at Bethany, there's a parking deck to Delta Marriott that I like to go to because I have a telescope camera, so I do a lot of astrology, and the cloud, it's going right in between the clouds. You can watch between the clouds. You can watch the cloud move, disappear as the sun's. So I fast forwarded and slowed it down and then showed everybody it's going through the clouds. Now I've been on this theory, this personal yin-yang theory, for quite some time. And like it's only gotten thicker and thicker in my observations.
Okay. So the sun is actually just not...
It's not even there. You're projecting it. It's a local projection. It follows you down the highway.
Like it's in your brain?
like you're projecting that light. Like we're inside of a simulation, and everything we see is pretty much projection from you. Like we're all creating and co-creating this reality.
Okay, so like I don't have like a physical body. Like
I can't say that much.
Yeah.
But
okay.
so would somebody inside the simulation know that they're inside of a simulation?
Right. Like a matrix kind of thing.
Yeah. So that's essentially what I came down to, is that they're not physical. If everybody's seeing it within their small circle of sight, their local horizon, there's clouds that are further than the sun to me, even though it's 5 p.m. in the afternoon and it's noon for somebody 5 time zones to my west. There's no way that sun that I'm looking at is 5 time zones to my west. That's 4,000 miles. There's clouds further than the sun. There's beams hitting the clouds on the horizon, and that sun's right here. Like what?
So, but are you saying that the clouds?
I'm saying the
don't
sun
exist either because they're also part of like the matrix or whatever. we're in?
I couldn't go that far.
Okay.
So I do think there's physical aspects to our, and we do experience heat from it and beams, and I get a tan from it, and I heal from it.
But you get light from it too.
Yeah, we get light from it, but light's not a physical. You can't physically measure light.
Well, don't your eyes physically measure light?
They react to it, but there's no like physical principle to light. Photons.
Like photons aren't real, or you're saying like photons just aren't physical?
Just aren't physical. Right.
Then how do they interact with your eyes, right? Because are your eyes not physical?
Yeah, your eyes are physical. It's interesting, right?
Right. Because if photons aren't physical, how do they have an effect on your eyes, which are physical? Yeah.
But I've got like probably about 10 good observations that are from a single perspective, multiple perspective, close proximity and far proximity, like showing that the sun is like a personal experience. Like, yeah.
Like,
people
so
can
like
argue with one, but then I could give you like a dozen more, and you'd be like, oh.
So it's like someone's trying to fool us into thinking there's a sun, or that we're all like collectively hallucinating it, or like.
No, they're not hallucinating it. It's just you're inside of a creation, and that's just how Earth is made for you. Like you have a light. It's your own little Acme spotlight. Yeah.
So like someone made Earth.
Yeah, you're inside of a creation, and we all have our own personal sun and moon. That's what I came down to. If we all see our own little sun and moon, like we're in some kind of a Minecraft static video game, then we're in 100%. We're inside of something that's created.
So are the planets there?
In etymology, planets are just known as wandering stars. I zoom in on them all the time. They look like larger wandering stars. That's what they're called in etymology, is wandering stars.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
What?
And that's what they look like to me.
But the stars are there.
Yeah, I mean but my opinion is they spin around. So I can time lapse the stars. And they perfectly spin around me at night. They come to and from away me, over me, like they spin. But say somebody beyond my horizon is witnessing the exact same stars spin around them. Even though I can't see them, they can't see me. We're both able to zoom in on stars that we couldn't see from each other. Like I can zoom in on stars closer than I can objects on the horizon. How's that possible? They're trillions of miles away, but I can zoom in on stars, but I can't zoom in on objects on the horizon. So somebody beyond my horizon, we're witnessing the exact same stars. How is this? Like, you get what I'm saying?
I think so. You're saying that if
all the lights that you see are personal projections, and they let you know your time of day, your month, your compass, your location, your way to get around on Earth. The sailors found their way by stars for thousands of years.
But you're saying we see the same stars, or we see different stars because it's personal to us.
Yeah, we're seeing the same stars. We're just seeing them locally projected. I think I missed a road here. No. Okay, here we go. It's telling me to go back down and around. Do you know which way?
I do not. I would just do it over GPS.
So yeah, I've been on this theory for about 5 years, so I've been expanding on it for quite some time.
And so is there someone is the creator like trying to deceive us, or like?
I don't know these questions.
Yeah. Because it seems like another follow-up question would be like, why, right? Like if you were creating a universe, wouldn't it be easier to just put a star there than to like create some complicated thing where everybody?
Earth is the universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you're adding something to it if you add like the sun and the stars, right? Or like even if you add like a projection of the sun and the stars.
There's only the sky and the earth.
Right.
The lights are projections from the self.
Yeah.
They let you know where you are, what time of month it is, your location on Earth. It's like a
projections from the self. So could I turn my sun off if I like?
When you die, it'll go away.
Right.
Yeah.
But everybody else will still see it, right?
Yeah, they have their own.
Because it's their own.
We're all individually creating this experience.
Right.
Like the world is born through your 5 senses. Yeah.
But it's like, is the sun more a projection than like the clouds are, or are the clouds like more physical?
So I think clouds are more physical. I think there's an analog and there's a digital part of our Earth. Like, so I'm just learning these sciences. I feel like I didn't start learning till after I got out of school. Because I found out there was all these other sciences that people still believe.
Right.
Yeah, and then I found out that I'm finding things that debunk what I've been taught all my life. Like I have video footage that debunks what I've been taught my whole life.
Right.
Like, so that changes the way I think. Yeah.
Right.
Instantly. Yeah. Yeah. So I see you're pretty smart and into science. So I see that you have cogwheels burning in your head.
Sure.
Yeah. If you're into science like I'm into science, then you understand that there's issues here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is it like? But it's not like we need to escape the simulation. Like
no, I believe that we are here to create heaven on earth. We are the creators. Like, you essentially, by your mindset and experience, like, you give off your energy, your own vibe, and you can think the world is a positive place and make heaven here for you, or you can think of it as a negative place and manifest a negative place for yourself.
Sure.
Yeah, essentially, that's what I've come down to, We're creators. I don't know of any God but ourselves.
Right.
There's nothing more godly than me, you or I that I've come across.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So, like, what would happen if you just went straight up?
You lose atmosphere, so you would have to come back down.
Right.
It gets thinner and thinner. You can't push off of nothing. Rocket science isn't rocket science. It's all a big lie. Yeah.
But there is something up there. So, like,
well how could something get up there?
What if you?
What are they using?
Really
electromagnetism?
Tower.
The Tower of Babel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, God tore that down, didn't he?
Fall over. Yeah. What if you had a really long pole and you stood it up straight?
They said there used to be trees that used to reach the heavens back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's my question, right? Like, what are the heavens?
The heaven is just the sky. The firmament is just the sky.
And it just goes on forever?
Well, it covers the earth. It blankets the earth. But all the luminaries inside of the firmament are personal projections.
Right.
But you see them based off of what angle you are on Earth.
Yeah.
Because you're inside of like a Pac-Man simulation.
Right.
Yeah. Square Earth.
So is there more space up there, or like?
I don't know. The highest we've ever been is like 22 miles high. Yeah. So
it's just like nobody knows for real what's up.
Because that's how they do the fake gravity thing. They go up really, really high, and then they free fall, and then they show them floating. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Watch any woman in space. You'll see her hair is hairsprayed to death. Like, it's all bouncy and weird looking. Because they make it look like her hair's floating. Like,
right.
Yeah. Like, why are they putting that much hairspray in your hair? Make you look like you're in a Halloween costume.
Yeah. So, and then it's just like you don't know what would happen if you.
Yeah, I
just think you could go.
What goes up must come down.
Could
the
you
oldest
go past
thing.
Your projection of the sun.
Could you go past it? See, that's my thing. So, say like you see a plane that's crossing the midnight sky, and it looks like it's super close to the moon. The people in that plane don't think they're close to the moon, because it stays at a centered perspective from you, from the observer.
They still think it's the same distance.
From the observer.
Sure.
Yeah. You're inside of a simulation. So the simulation always tricks the observer.
Okay.
But if you think of it from multiple perspectives, then you see the issue.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you think time zones are real? Like, do you believe that it's night in a different part of the world right now?
Right. There's a local noon and there's a solar noon, personal noon, and a local noon. Yeah. Yeah. There's a personal sun, and then there's a collective. There's an individual. It's an individual and collective experience.
Right.
Life, in general.
Yeah. It just seems like such a simpler explanation to say that everybody is seeing the same thing move around. I don't know.
Do you feel like we're spinning around the sun? Or do you feel like the sun rises and sets from you every day?
I feel like that we go around the sun makes more sense.
You think so?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, like, here's another thing to think about, right? Is like, how would you know if, like, what would be evidence that we are spinning around the sun?
There's none.
Right, but like.
Right.
So the question is, like, what's the evidence that you personally would need to see to change your mind?
That we're spinning around the sun?
Yeah. Like, what would make you go, you know, I think I need to reevaluate?
Like, I spent my whole life learning globe science, but now I have physical evidence that we're 110% not spinning around the sun. I can literally pull up a YouTube video right now and show you the sun going through the cloud, like, legitimately. And then when it's going through the cloud that's on the backside of it is projecting a shadow on, like, the wall of the sky, like going away from the sun. So it's definitely within the sky.
Yeah.
Because there's a shadow going away from the sun.
Right.
Yeah.
So you would need to see, like, the sun, like, interacting in a different way with, like, the sky. With, like...
what would I need? There's no longer needing.
Right,
I have a master's in this subject.
Yeah.
I've literally been obsessed with it since I had the idea.
Yeah.
So I have a dozen other observations for you too. I have the
Let me ask the question in a different way though. Like, what observation, like, if we were in an alternate universe where the Earth did spin around the sun, what would we expect to see that could make us sure we were spinning around the sun? What do you call it? Like, beams all coming at the same angle from the sun. It would be like boom. Like they'd all be straight on?
Yeah, almost all straight on. Until it hit something where it would create corpuscular rays, like a cloud or tree leaves or smoke.
Would you expect them to be refracted by the atmosphere? Or
we experience a local sun, like, so that's why I don't experience something 93 million miles away. I feel the heat change drastically as it comes to and away from me.
Yeah.
So you figure if it was heating up half the ball at a time, then it wouldn't be like that. That's the way I just kind of picture it. I don't know. It just made less sense and less sense to me over the years. But say you're looking at a sunrise, right? And 30 miles to your south, it's dark. 30 miles to your north, it's dark. But if you were 30 miles to your north, the area...
30 miles to the south.
So if you're looking at a sunrise, right?
Doesn't it rise in the east?
Yeah, if you're looking 30 miles to you're looking your east. The sun's 30 miles to your southeast, 30 miles to your northeast, it's dark. You're looking at your horizon, right? You're looking at sunrise. Where it's dark in the north, it's dark in the south, the sun's rising from the east.
Okay, wait, but if I can see the sun, and it's to the east of me...
It's to the east. It's to the east.
Doesn't that mean if I walked directly north or directly south, I would still be able to see it?
Well, just listen to the observation. What I'm saying is, you're looking east. The area to your south and your north are dark, right?
But it's light where I am.
Yeah, you're looking at the sun rising. It's barely rising. The area to your south is dark. and the area to your north is dark of the sun, right?
Okay.
And the colors are dissipating from the sun, right? It's banding down, the brightness of it, right there on your horizon. Now, the area that's dark is about 50 miles north of that pinpoint area of the sun. But if you were 50 miles directly to your north, the area that's dark to you you would be looking at lit up to you.
I see what you're saying.
It's a personal pursuit.
Right. Because if I was actually standing 50 miles north,
to your north,
I would still think the sun looked exactly the same.
Exactly. It's that area that's dark where you're at here. Keep the perspective you're at.
Right.
It'd be dark, but to somebody else it's lit up.
Right.
You can only see your light. You can't see somebody else's light. I'll explain it. I can explain it another way. So the moon is its own light as well, right?
Right. Yeah.
And it's not getting its light from the sun. It always faces the sun because they're married. That's a whole nother subject. But say the moon is only illuminating clouds right above it at midnight. It's centered to you at midnight. It will always be centered to you at midnight. Every observer. The full moon. The full moon is always centered to every observer at midnight.
Oh, when the moon is full.
Full moon is to every single person on Earth. It's always right above you at midnight. So so it'll be illuminating clouds above you, right? And all the other clouds in the sky are dark. But say, like, keep my experience, and then you're 5 miles to my east, you have the moon right above you lighting up your clouds. Say I could see your cloud, it'd be dark to me. But it would be lit up to you, and my cloud would be lit up to me, but if you could see it, it'd be dark to you. But it's a physical object. Shouldn't I be able to see your cloud lit up too? But how come I'm only seeing my cloud lit up? Because the moon is only right above me. But you're seeing it right above you. It's a personal projection.
Okay.
And I can't see, like your moon would be lighting up your cloud and the rest of the sky could be dark. But I could be a couple miles over and seeing my cloud lit up and my rest of my sky be dark.
Yeah. Yeah.
How does that not prove to you?
Explained by the moon being really far away, right?
But if a cloud is physically lit up, it should be physically lit up regardless. Now that goes back to the point as if it's physical.
You're saying the cloud should just like glow in all directions.
If it's physically lit up, then we should see it physically lit up. Sometimes the moon has a cloud lit up like the sun's on it.
But what if the light moved directly through the cloud rather than scattering off the cloud?
Yeah, but sometimes I've seen clouds really lit up, like super lit up. Especially if it's a thick, bubbly cloud night where the moon's only getting through like one little spotlighted area.
Yeah. And you're saying if you were standing in a different place, you'd see a different spotlighted area.
Yeah, it'd only be spotlighted above you.
Yeah.
But the rest of the sky is dark. And it's like that for everybody.
But couldn't that be explained by the traditional theory of the moon is far away, so the light is coming, like when...
But why is it only illuminating clouds like right a mile above my head, if it's really far away?
Well, because it's illuminating all of them, but depending on the angle you're looking from, if the light is passing more or less directly through the cloud, wouldn't that mean that your eyes are able to sense the light that is through the clouds? Right, if
that's what they say that it is, like if it's refractive light, right, and it's like not direct beams, and it's more of like a glow. I understand, like if I was to believe that it got its light from the sun and it's refractive light, then I understand how that makes sense. But I don't see it as refractive light or not being its own light. I see it as, when I look up at the moon at night, to me it's obvious that it's projecting its own light. Like blatantly obvious. Like just that it's a light and not a rock in the sky. I can't even imagine thinking the other way now. Like it's been like, I guess I've reprogrammed my mind not to ever even entertain
about that
again. Like it's just like.
So and what changed your mind on that?
I just once I started theorizing about like our own personal sun and moon, and like running off all the ideas and observations that I witnessed. That I just wanted to stick to reality. I wanted my beliefs to match what I was experiencing.
Right. And just like the moon looks lit up, so it's like it makes more sense to just believe that it is lit up.
That's what I experienced.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not a belief.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, to like name your experience rather than think of a more complicated theory, sort of.
Yeah, so I wanted just to tell it like it is. So that's what I did. Was one day I went out on a hill and I started to meditate, and I was like, all right. I closed my eyes, opened it, and I was like, explain it like I see it. And then I just started explaining it. Like, the sun is in those clouds right there, right above the little bitty blanket that's blocking our area.
Yeah.
Right behind it.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, it's pretty funny. Yeah, if you want to check out my YouTube channel, it's Protector of the Realm.
Sure.
I think we live in a realm. That's why I named it Protector of the Realm. Yeah, sometimes I load rideshare videos.
Cool.
Interesting conversations. Ones like these.
Okay. Is it Preston Vaughan?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, you can scroll down. I have a lot of videos of.
Yeah, I was just kind of glancing through it.
Of this. Yeah, you'll find the one of the sun going down through the clouds. Scroll down a little bit. But yeah, this has been my passion for quite some time.
Do you play music too, or are these other people?
Music?
Yeah, there's a music playlist.
Oh, no, I have music on some observational videos that I just added. I guess it made it into a music soundtrack for me.
Cool.
So. Hopefully you get to follow your passion for science.
Yeah.
I'm left with making YouTube videos.
Yeah. Do you think you'll ever go back to like a regular life, or do you think like this is it?
Oh, like Uber?
Yeah, like do you think you'll ever do like a traditional job, or do you think it's always gonna be?
This job has made it pretty rough for me to get other jobs.
Yeah.
Like, cause I just don't like answering to a boss.
Right. Yeah. I've heard this is a nice gig.
Yeah, it's just hard to
give up.
Yeah, and to do anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did Amazon for the holidays delivery.
Okay.
While they had their like peak pay and bonuses and stuff. He asked me if I wanted to do it again. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I guess
I feel like Uber goes up too around the holidays, right?
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Thank you so much. Good talking to you.
Appreciate the thoughts. Yeah. Cheers, man. I'll check you out on the tube.
I appreciate you. Yeah.